14th of February it is, wherever you're watching from East Africa and around the world. This is Citizen News at 1. I'm Johnson Mwakazi. Now, the High Court has issued orders stopping the arrest and prosecution of Central Bank Governor Njuguna Ndung'u over a 400 million shilling tender row pending the hearing and determination of his petition. Of course, this is something that has been there, and Professor Njuguna Ndung'u has been really behind the curtains, really pushing so that he's not arrested. So today is actually a happy moment for him, more of a reprieve as we wait for the outcome. Let's now take a look at that particular story.
Friday morning at the High Court in Nairobi, and temporary reprieve for CBK Governor Njuguna Ndung'u as Justice David Majanja granted orders to block his arrest and prosecution over a controversial 400 million shilling tender to install a security system. Ndung'u was being sought by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission over the matter, but his lawyer Donald Kipkorir filed a suit to challenge and block his arrest, even after Director of Public Prosecutions Keriako Tobiko approving graft charges against him. The charges are over a 1.2 billion shilling security system tender awarded to Horsebridge Networks that saw an extra 400 million shillings from the public coffers used while it shouldn't have. The case will now be heard on 12th of March. Jackie Maribe, Citizen at 1.
All right. Renounce the use of products derived from endangered species. This is a resolution by 46 governments and 11 United Nations organizations as the London Conference on Illegal Wildlife Trade came to a close in the United Kingdom with a keynote address by the UK Foreign Secretary William Hague. It was also agreed that the ban on international ivory trade by the Convention on International Trade in endangered species of wild fauna and flora should be honored.
His entry to the news conference hall in London, United Kingdom, Thursday, marking the end of the London Conference on Illegal Wildlife Trade.
Only escalating each year.
46 governments and 11 United Nations international organizations agreed to renounce the use of products derived from endangered species and honor the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora CITES ban on international ivory trade. UK Foreign Secretary William Hague did not mince his words with regard to poaching of elephants and rhinos.
I believe the measures that we have agreed today can mark a crucial turning point in our fight to save endangered species and to defeat the ruthless criminal gangs that run the illegal trade.
Closer home, the London Conference on Illegal Wildlife Trade was held at Lancaster House at a time when the latest elephant census by Kenya Wildlife Service indicate a disturbing trend. Results from the just concluded 2014 aerial census of elephants and other large mammals in Tsavo Mkomazi ecosystem shows that the elephant population is about 11,000 compared to 12,573 in 2011. Poachers have killed at least 1,500 elephants in the last 3 years. The gathering by African heads of state and delegations from across the globe in London Thursday was a milestone towards saving the elephant and rhino.
We are at the 11th hour in the race to prevent the wildlife trade from destroying some of the most remarkable species in the world. But I believe that today we have begun to turn the tide.
Will the agreement change the tide? And how soon? Judy Kosgei, Citizen at 1.
Now let me ask you a question. Would you allow your terminally ill child to die? Well, Belgian Parliament has passed a controversial bill allowing euthanasia, and which continues to spark controversy. 86 lawmakers supported the law while 44 voted against.
Those who support the right of children who are terminally ill and in intolerable pain to have a choice on ending their lives say it empowers the community. In the end, 86 members supported the bill. 44 were against it.
There's no question here of imposing euthanasia on anyone, on any child, on any family, but to give the possibility to the child not to suffer endlessly.
If the king appends his signature, Belgium will become the first country in the world to have no age limit to euthanasia. There are conditions, however. A child under the age of 18 who understands what euthanasia means and has consent from the parents or guardians will legally be able to end their life. Patients must be conscious of their decision. The illness must be terminal, and a patient must be in great pain with no treatment available to alleviate the distress. The bill has struck fierce opposition from critics.
Just put yourself in the position of that pediatrician. Does this law give you the security that there will be no gray area any longer? No, you don't have that. The pediatricians don't have it, the parents don't have it, and the terminally ill children don't have it. And that is the reason, colleagues, why we will vote against this proposal.
In 2002, Belgium legalized euthanasia or mercy killing for adults. Religious leaders argue that such a law is immoral. In Africa, no country has legalized the use of euthanasia. And Mawathe, Citizen News at 1.
All right, let's bring that debate closer home. Would you support euthanasia? Would you support it? The number is 22422. Send us your comments. 22422 is the number. Kindly include your name and location, and we'll be glad to sample some of them. It's would you support euthanasia? Euthanasia. Beg your pardon for that misspelling there. But you get the gist. The number is 22422. Now, Nakuru County Government has fired its Chief Procurement Officer, Elizabeth Masaku, on accusations of insubordination and abuse of office. A joint committee which was constituted on 31st of January following a directive by the county speaker, Susan Kithika, recommended that Elizabeth be referred back to the Transition Authority with immediate effect and be investigated over the allegations.
The Joint Committee, Madam Speaker, comprised of Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, Budget and Appropriation and Transports, plus other 7 co-opted members, Madam Speaker. The mandate of the committee, as resolved by this House, was to comprehensively investigate and inquire into the hindrance of service delivery by the officer in charge of procurement.
You know, despite aggressive media campaigns to popularize their use in family planning and protection from sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV and AIDS, many men still find buying condoms in the open an uncomfortable experience. But one